What it do, good people? This is episode 9. We episode 9? Episode Jew.
That is correct. Episode 9.
We are episode 9 of the biggest, belliest Pats. You know me, your boy, Nick, aka Poppy Chulo, aka Chico Dusty, aka Mr. Rager on PlayStation. Yeah, and we got your boy.
Do you wanna just explain all these aliases, please? Jeez.
Poppy Chulo is just. I think I got Poppy Chulo from like middle school or high school. It was just like a nickname.
Did someone call you this?
I think so. I don't even know where it came from. It's not like a widely known. No one goes around and be like Poppy Chulo. It was just guys being stupid in like high school. My French name, I had a French class and we had to pick our own French name, and my name was Luc, L-U-C. I remember that. Ooh. And in my French class, we weren't allowed to call each other by your actual name. You had to go by your French name.
That's and cool.
My teacher was Miss Farman. She hated me though. I was only in that class because my first girlfriend was in there, and I followed her to that class. Didn't learn anything about French, really.
And that's why you don't attend classes you're not supposed to attend, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, people out there.
I was 15. Mm-hmm. I was 15. She was the best thing I'd ever seen. I would think I was going to Spanish. I'd already done like 3 years of Spanish, and I was supposed to go to Spanish. She signed up for French. Boom, I'm in French.
Nick, French here. Why are you doing French? And Nick, just exploring.
Just exploring. Yeah. I don't think I even know how. I only know how. I can count to like 10. I think in French, and I can say, "Je m'appelle Nick." I know like a few little sayings, but nah. I know like day one learning French stuff. And Chico Dusty is from. I used to be, if you listen to Outkast, Big Boy and Andre 3000. Big Boy had a spinoff album called, I don't know why these balloons keep showing. Big Boy had a spinoff album called like Sir Lucius Leftfoot, son of Chico Dusty. Chico Dusty was just a cool name. And then Mr. Rager is, because I am a diehard Kid Cudi fan. If you know Kid Cudi, the rapper, that's my guy. He's my number one artist. And a lot of his early albums was just Mr. Rager, and I was just pumped by it. So like my PlayStation online name is Mr. Rager. So yeah, but anyways, that's all me. And we have Daniel Brian Moxham.
So after
I don't know if you have any cool names.
After 3 minutes of introducing yourself, that was it. I'm just Daniel Brian Moxham.
Well, I don't know if you have any.
I'm the side chick over here. If you're listening to the podcast, it's Nick, Big Baby Pats, and then just this random Oak Daniel here in this podcast.
Well, the only nickname I've ever known that you've gone by is Tabs.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's high school. That's a high school nickname. So Tabs. Yeah. It's actually an abbreviated term. It's an acronym. Is that the correct terminology? Yes. It's
the analist boy sits.
It's actually worse than that, but let me explain.
Okay.
So
okay.
It was in high school. It was in high school. I was in grade 8. So that's year 13, year 14. I don't know. And I was in high school, first time boarding school, and we were new boarders. So obviously our school was split, boarding school, day school, and the boarders had a boarders test. You had to write a test about all the stuff you've learned in your first 2 weeks of orientation, prefix names. So prefix are like leaders, teachers' names, buildings' names, houses' names, historic figures, historic buildings, whatever it is. And the one night in homework class in the evening, we were doing some studying for the test. And I kept asking questions. I was like, yeah, what about this? What about this? What's this? What's this? What are we doing here? And I was like very inquisitive. And they were like, this kid is stupid. He's asking all these questions. And so there was a guy who repeated his final year at school. And his name was Brett Smith. Shout out to Brett Smith. I haven't spoken to him for a long time. But he was my senior, like senior, and his nickname was Taps, Taps, and that is thick as pig shit. And because that's what, yeah, that he wasn't the brightest tool. Academically, he was a fantastic sportsman, excellent sportsman, great farmer. Like he's a very good farmer as well. And they were like, "Nah, bro, this guy's dumb. This guy's stupid. This is a grade 8, bro. He's just asking questions." And they just called me Tabs, 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 thick as Brett Smith.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I was named after the guy. So, and you know what? It was such a nickname that in my second to last year in high school, they were announcing the council leaders. You like standing up, and it's a big end of year assembly, and everyone's like, "Oh, who's going to be the council? Who's going to be like the council leaders, the deputy head boys, the head boy, all this like really cool thing." And they announced the principal. The principal. Everyone knows the principal, and he knows everybody at school. He knows all the boys' names. He like literally knows. And this man coached me. I was his rugby player. He coached me in rugby, and he was like. He was looking and he read this name, Daniel Moxham, head of pastoral council. He's like, he literally said there, "Who's Daniel Moxham?" He's known me. He sees me walking up. Oh, Tabs. Tabs is coming up. Okay, cool. Tabs is just like, yeah, that's my full name. And the one teacher was like, "I'm so sorry." He came up to me afterwards. My parents were there. And he was like, "I'm so sorry, Daniel. I thought your names was Tabs the whole time." And this was a teacher that taught me like 3 or 4 years. And I'm just like,
did he never see your name on like the attendance sheet or anything?
Yeah, no. We did have attendance like that, but like it was just tick tick. And I think it was literally in one of my reports. It went Daniel Tabs Moxham.
Yeah.
So it's just stuck. So that's my nickname. And nice. Don't wear it out.
Well, I don't. If anything, I've always called you Dan the Man.
Yeah, it's Tabs was literally just put on my Facebook profile, so if people from high school could recognize because they didn't know my name.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've always been Dan the Man with too many damn plans.
Yeah.
That man, your funeral is gonna be organized by you one day.
Yeah, don't worry. No. You know what I did? I watched the movie. What was the movie? It was like a love story movie, and people met. There was the movie was about two people falling in love, but the guy's mom, she had a funeral for herself. She had terminal cancer, so she knew she was going to die. She had a funeral she attended, and she threw the whole funeral herself. I was like, yep, I'm doing that. I know where I'm going.
That's
and he's like, yeah, I'm celebrating my life with people. Why are you going to say all these nice things when I'm dead? Say them to me.
I'm having strippers at my funeral.
Okay, I'll chat to Lucy about that later.
I mean, I just figure I don't want to be out.
That's fine. That's for the other guys.
I don't want to. I feel like if it's my funeral, I'm going in there solo. All right. I passed away solo. This is mine, and I love my girl to death, but if she was upset that, I can't believe you did, I'm dead. What you gonna do? Can't break up with me. We can't leave each other. I'm left. So this is my time to shine. This is my last hoorah. I'm gonna do it the way I want to. And
that's true.
Hey, I'll be all right. I'm eating dirt, so I'll be all right. So, yeah, I'm going to turn up just the way I wanted to. She'll see. Give me about another 60, 70 years. She'll see.
She'll probably think it for you.
Probably. That's okay.
She'll be like, I'm done thinking of myself.
But, yeah, man. How's your week been? You got to tell us all. I'm sorry. How's your week been?
No, week's been good. And you? How's your week been? Sometimes I forget to ask you how your week's been. I think some people, listeners, are going to be like, this guy never asked Nick how his week is. How's your week been?
To be fair, this past weekend, was I off? I think I was. What's today?
Yeah.
Today's, so, no, I worked the weekend. I was off Monday and Tuesday, and
Yeah.
usually, man, my weeks they're super chill. I I work, and this light is bright in my face. I'm about to move this in a bit, but outside of working, if I'm just during the week, man, I'm just chilling at home, trying to catch up on some reading, editing. Christmas is coming up, so I'm losing money as far as shopping goes because everybody wants a damn gift. Uh,
Same.
I love Christmas. I hate December. 'Cause my bank account is always low around this time of year. Um, and I've been going to the gym. I love going to the gym. Uh, Lucy goes to the gym with me, which is cool. I like going to the gym with her. I also am a bit selfish. I like to go to the gym by myself sometimes and really hoorah, work in my own pace sometimes.
I've done that. I've seen you do that. It's like
Yeah.
hard to keep up with you sometimes.
So, but that and I just be at home, man. I just be chilling because we gotta during the week, like I was off Monday and Tuesday, so during the week is pretty chill. During the weekends, I tend to do stuff. Uh, this coming weekend, I'm going to Liverpool for the weekend, playing some flag football and stuff, hanging out with some people. So I'm just chilling, man. These weekends I'm chilling. Next week is Thanksgiving. Traveling the week after that. Then it's December. You're coming here. My cousin's coming here. So yeah, man, my week's been chill. My week's been chill, man.
Nice.
Not a lot to report. What about you, man?
Nice. Well, I've got some reporting to do. Like
I'm
in
listening.
China,
I'm listening to you. I'm just closing these blinds, man. I can't see.
I think this week it's been an eventful week. Short work week because today's Friday and we have professional development. So we have professional development today and tomorrow. So
I hated
kids
PD.
at school.
I hated PD days when I was teaching.
It's fine. It's okay. You learn some new tricks, and then you learn some. You're like, yeah, I've been here before. But this is a internal PD, so we're doing a lot of stuff that we've discussed that we wanted to do, and like expose and practice and talk about, and like just get that a little bit of aspects. I actually got to present a whole section of PD tomorrow myself, which is like, trying to motivate teachers to do more activities for the kids, but that's something I've got to build up there. But eventful week in all because Wednesday night we went to go watch the Liaoning Flying Leopards basketball team. Now the CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, is actually quite big here. I think I could be mistaken here. Basketball is the biggest team sport in China, played and I think watched. I don't know.
I'm going to say it's team sport. I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, no. Like table tennis and badminton and stuff like that is really, really big. And volleyball, I think volleyball is a close second in China.
Yeah,
it's also really, really big. So we went to go watch them. And
Paul's women's their women's soccer team is solid.
Their women's soccer team, yeah, solid. They won the Asian Cup recently.
The men's soccer team is.
Like Bafana for South Africans, yes. Bafana, and the Chinese men's team, same.
Yeah,
Banyana, which is the ladies' team in South Africa, is like the Chinese lady team. We're proud of them.
Yeah, the men's soccer team, since they came out with that new rule that like they can't have tattoos and certain haircuts and stuff. Not to poop on them, but the men's soccer team, I don't think they're ever gonna get shine, at least within the next 10 to 20 years.
So the tattoo thing is, I actually did a little bit of, like, tiny little bit of surface research. It just needs to be covered up a lot.
What?
So like you like they are trying to stem it down in football, but a lot of the other sporting codes they cover it up. So like some of the athletes, like the solo athletes, like runners, sprinters, hurdlers, high jumpers, they like I've seen photos of them in like public, and they like have like a small tattoo on their arm. And then when they're running, they have the tape on over their arm.
Right.
They tape it up.
Right.
So they hide it.
Yeah. I was told it was the ones who are playing now, they have to cover it up, but they can't, like their youth academy and stuff, they can't recruit anyone with tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so we went to go watch the basketball game, and Liaoning Flying Leopards. They are the reigning champions 2 years running.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first live basketball game. Obviously, I've watched a lot of high school basketball in South Africa, and I was a part of basketball quite a bit in South Africa. So for me, it was like, wow, we had really great seats. Don, Olivia, and I went to go watch it. I think we were the only foreigners because there was hype around us. There was hype. People were looking at us like we were aliens. But once we were in the chants with my terrible Chinese, man, it was like we were getting up, like it was strange because like they're like very subtle about things. Like if you see sport on TV, people are going mad when something's happening, Here they're scoring, well, I call it buckets. Is that a bad term if I say they're scoring buckets?
No.
Scoring buckets and buckets.
Buckets.
That's a terminology. Yeah, buckets.
Yeah, that's what we say.
Used to say, that's what we used to say. Yeah, that's what I used to say in South Africa. Go buckets. That's what I used to shout.
Whoa.
And,
you don't say go buckets.
No, I say go buckets. No, I just say buckets. I just shout buckets, and I put like a 3 for 3 points and a 2.
Yeah.
And I just say I don't say go buckets. I'm not that inexperienced.
The team is called the Buckets.
go sports. No, I've got some experience,
Okay.
So I was like buckets all day, buckets. And then like if someone scored, we see you number 4, we see you. So I was just chanting along with the Chinese chant that you're trying to hear and trying to like just make similar sounds. Mm-hmm. I had Olivia trying to tell me what tones, and I'm like, don't tell me the tones, just tell me the sound so I can get like at least close enough because I'm terrible with my Chinese tones. And it was just a really cool experience, and we were hooked. I don't know if for the viewers watching, it's the green shirt behind me. Now Ning, it's their alternative kit. We got their green one, which they played in this past Wednesday, which was really, really cool. We were on Douyin. So Douyin is Douyin. I think I said that correctly. It's TikTok, the Chinese actual version of TikTok. We were on other apps. We were photographed. We were we were little mini celebrities. And I think if we continue going, their next home game is the 8th of December and the 10th. We're going on the 10th. We've already agreed to that. So it's going to become a thing between us three Laowais. For anyone who doesn't know what Laowai means, it means foreigner. And we're going to become little, supporters. And we're going to paint our face next time. I think I'm going to paint half my face, and just go.
I give it within the next 5 games you attend, they're going to have y'all on the court. not playing, but I guarantee for like a halftime something they're gonna at some point. I guarantee you, I'm saying it now. At some point within the next, and I don't know how many games you plan on going to, but within the next 5 games you attend, you, Daniel, and Olivia are going to get on that court. I guarantee it.
Yeah, we've already planned out where we want to sit the next game behind the team. So when the cameras go over the team, we just go on the camera. But yeah, that was a cool experience. We're definitely going back, and it's just the hype around it was really, really cool. And then today Nick's still interested. He doesn't actually know the story, but I was occupied today after school.
My boy was in there getting it in.
He doesn't even know the story. He's going to be so disappointed. So after school, I was almost late for this podcast meeting. I was almost late.
Typical. And
the reason being is it's snowing, so I couldn't catch transport back from where I was.
Excuses.
So after school, first and foremost, during the week this week, 2 of my colleagues, including one was Olivia, and they were like, "Oh, we're going to go do this on Friday." And they were like, "Do you want to come?" But they were asking me like I was just going to politely decline. So I was like, "Yeah, why not? I'll join." And they were like, and maybe I was like, And the other colleague was like, "I wasn't expecting Daniel to say yes." And so Friday comes, and that's today, and after school. I totally forgot because I was doing some work after school. And they're like, "Are you ready?" I was like, yeah, where are we going? Home? And they're like, no, we're going to go do something. And I was like, "Oh, yes, we're going to go do something." And the one teacher that overheard us, he was like, "Are you going to go do this?" And I was like, yeah. I said yeah.
Do you
And
know? Do you know what you're going to go do yet?
yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
And so we arrive, and Nick knows that I was in a room, so he's obviously Nick's mind's in the gutter right now, and I'm in the room with 4 ladies.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you know what I was doing, Nick?
What? Tell us what you was doing, big dog.
I was getting my nails done.
Oh shit! All right. Oh god. You was better off.
I was getting
You could have just
my nails done, and I even hold up here. I even got a color. I got a very plain neutral skin color, and I got a matte covering to make it less shiny. Now, ask me, why did I get my nails done?
Why did you get your nails done, Daniel?
So I have a big problem. I have a bad habit. I bite my nails quite a bit.
It's too big for that.
So I'm trying to find. Yeah, I know that. I'm trying to find ways to stop it. So I've been recently trying to like paint it with some medicine, and it's getting better. But I don't. Instead of biting them, I now tend to chew them, trying to like just one step at a time. And I thought maybe painting them and making them look nice, making them look cool, because you can see on the camera they look normal. They don't have sparkly gems on them or glitter, or they're not like ombres, or I learned a lot of terminologies today.
This man said ombre. Yo.
Damn straight I did.
It's an ombres. Don't say that word. I guess part of your vocabulary. Oh.
So yes, that's what I was almost late for this meeting because I was getting my nails done.
God bless.
So, crazy things you've done in China recently.
And I've had my nails done in China.
Yeah, pedicures.
I've gotten I used to get my my pinky nails painted. I used to get like little stuff painted on my pinky nails. But the last time it was like a couple years ago. But I used to get my nails painted. I just stopped because China, man, when you go to the nail shops to get your nails done, boy, they take. I mean, granted, you was in there with 4 people that you ideally knew, so I'd imagine it wasn't long. But if you go into like a nail salon, and for the people that's listening, if you go to like a nail salon back in the U.S., like you can go on lunch, get your nails done, be back at work, easy. In China, boy, they take hours to do your nails sometimes. And I remember I got my pinky nails done, and it probably took and just my pinky nails, just my pinkies on both fingers, it probably took about 2.5 hours. 3 hours.
Jeez, whoa.
Yeah.
We went to a private, like, those apartment hotel areas. It wasn't a street one.
Yeah.
So Olivia made the appointment, and it was like a private house.
Yeah.
Like a private house up in the lobby. We walked in, there was nobody, just us 3, and 2 ladies waiting for us. They took about an hour to do my nails, in and out. They did clean. They did whatever thingies, double coating of like the first color, then the second color, then the matte. Yeah. And then the Q-tips, they did all that within about an hour and 20 minutes probably. I'm thinking, because we got there at about 4:45 and I left by 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool, man. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Well, that was anticlimactic, but it's Daniel. It's what you get. You get what you ask for. Jeez, you could have just lied to me, and I'd have ran with that.
You were so excited.
Yeah. So yeah, man. As far as let's share some. We got a few more stories that we're gonna share about some craziness in China that we've dealt with. One of mine, and I was talking to someone the other day about, when you get the stares and stuff from people in China. Pretty sure Daniel can attest to this. A lot of foreigners can attest to this, but I think it's the bigger you are, maybe the more stares you get. And I think with me being a large black guy, long hair, a lot of tattoos, I got a fair number of stares and pictures and stuff. But you also, you also get the flip side of it, which you kind of get. Some people are kind of, is it xenophobia? Xenophobic? That's a thing, right?
Xenophobia.
Yeah.
Xenophobia.
Yeah. And I never really care about this stuff. My whole thing, I don't care if you don't like me. You could talk trash about me. You could talk trash about my family. Words don't bother me. As long as you don't like touch me or something, we good. Don't really care. You could, I honestly, words don't affect me. I'd laugh. If it's a good joke about me, if it's funny, I'll actually laugh with you. But anyways, so I have one time this was my school had ended. Long story short, they kind of screwed us over, and they were closing, but they made everyone resign, quote unquote, so that they didn't pay us a severance package, and that was a whole shit thing. Because if we didn't sign it, then they were basically threatening to not give us our documents and paperwork so we can go to another school. So that's one of the cruxes of some of these schools that you work with in different countries. I'm not going to say just China, but I'd imagine countries around the world. If you're a foreigner, some places are going to look at you. You got to be on your P's and Q's, make sure your contracts are legit, make sure you're with good people, research these places, talk to these places. If you're ever going, side note, if you're ever going to take a job in another country, please do your research and talk to other foreigners about that company. Please. Because there's been two...
On that point, on that point, if you are coming to China, specifically to China, and you are going through an agency, agencies don't take pay from you. They don't take cuts from you. You do not owe an agent any money whatsoever. Nothing. Their, what do you call it, commission, their packages come from schools.
Yeah.
The more they hire, the schools pay them. Please be careful. Reach out. There are tons of Facebook groups where you can get information. Don't get lower than what you deserve. I say what you deserve because many people don't have experience and the correct or enough qualifications. They have the basic qualifications and they have very little experience. You can't be like, oh, I want this amount of money because my friend's earning this amount of money in this city. Sometimes you've got to be a little bit realistic and say, all right, it's better than home, but it's what you deserve, and you got to know your value in terms of your qualifications and your experience. But you do not have any part of your salary given to an agent, to given to a third party. The school pays you, and that is it.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Yeah.
You don't pay an agent. The school pays the agent. Just be careful. So just that's a bit of advice.
We know too many people. I've seen too many stories, and thankfully, me and Daniel and a lot of our close friends are kind of hip to a lot of stuff, so we haven't really dealt with too much of the BS, the nonsense. But I've seen too many stories. I've been offered by these schools, and sometimes they'll offer you crazy money. They'll screw over your paperwork. You could get and if the police come and they check paperwork, the school, a lot of times, they're going to throw you under the bus to save themselves. Because,
you go into prison.
Yeah,
you go
to jail, you get deported. They'll do whatever they have to do to save themselves. And I say that with the utmost honesty, because some of them, they're going to be great people that you'll work with, great teachers. If it comes to the law, they're going to look out for themselves first. That just is what it is. So
absolutely,
be safe, be protected, talk to people, research, talk to people, make sure you're getting a good deal. Outside of that, I had a little dark moment. Going back to, I was...
Well, this is Big Belly Pat.
Yeah.
It's Big Belly Pat. No. It's a good advice.
That is great advice. You have, wherever you go, man, don't just look at the bare minimum contract. Get people to look at it. My second contract and my third contract, I had a Chinese lawyer look at my stuff because I heard too many stories of people getting screwed over. And I just it can't happen to me. And I paid like a little extra money to have some Chinese lawyer go through it and tell me what needs to be added and taken out, blah, 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 blah. I had a lawyer go through my contract at Richardson.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, so this is after my school pretty much screwed us up, my first school. I had about a month. I think I took like a month off before I joined Richardson with Daniel. And I just traveled around. Me and my girl, we just traveled around different cities and stuff. And travel in China is cheap, super cheap to get anywhere. But as far as planes, and Daniel can agree with this, seats are small. They're made for the average Chinese person. We are not the average Chinese person. We are bigger than the average Chinese person. So the seats are small. And I flew to a city called Sanya, which is basically the Hawaii of China. I don't know if there's something similar to that in South Africa.
We have Mauritius.
Okay.
Mauritius is off another country, but it's not too far from South Africa.
Okay. So, yeah. So, and for the people in the U.S., where the city we was in is Shenyang. If you look at a map of the U.S., imagine the location of Boston, and I'm flying to Hawaii. If you can look at a map, kind of get a good picture of it. Anyways, it's like a 5-6 hour flight. It's going to be long. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get to the airport, and I mind you, I'm the only one there because Lucy wasn't going. I'm the only foreigner at this airport, or not at the airport, but going on this flight. And I got my headphones in because I just mind my business. I know people are staring. I mind my business. I put my headphones in, get my ticket. I sit down. I don't talk to nobody. Blah, 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 blah. And the flight is, so we're going through the terminal to go to the plane, but there's it's one of those where you have to go outside to get on the bus, and then the bus takes you to the plane, takes everyone to the plane. And so we all get on this bus. Me and all these Chinese people, we get on this bus. And the bus has some seats, and you could also like stand up. So I'm on this bus, and I'm sitting in the seat, and it's packed full of Chinese people on this bus. And I'm sitting down, and there's a lot of people getting on this bus. No one's sitting next to me. It's about 2 to 3 seats empty that like people can sit next to me. And no one is getting on this bus. No one wants to to even be around me. And it got to the point that the stewardess or whatever you say, they're trying to tell people like, get on the bus so we can get everybody to the plane. People are not getting on the bus because there's not enough space. AKA there is enough space. No one wants to be around me. So there's not enough space. And mind you, this is COVID. COVID was still going on. It wasn't like bad, but people were still on edge. People were still masked up. COVID was still going on. The xenophobia was settling in. I'm the foreigner, which I used to hate because when COVID kicked off, any foreigner that was in China had already been in China. A lot of Chinese people felt like we all just had COVID. We just got there yesterday, and they used to grind my F in gears. But it's whatever. So no one wants to sit next to me. So the little stewardess lady, she comes up. They can speak English. She comes up. She's like, "Hey, is it okay if you get on this van?" Which wasn't like a weird white van or nothing. It had windows and stuff. She's like, "If you get on this van, we'll take you to the plane separate." She didn't say no one wants to sit next to me, but we knew what it was. So I was like, all right, cool. I grab myself, get off the bus, get on this van. I'm in this van by myself. It has full windows. I'm in this van by myself. And then everybody else gets on the bus. So they drive me separately to the plane before the bus gets there. And I'm getting off the van that I'm on by myself. And the lady says, so the people sitting next to you and the people in your row don't want to sit next to you. They don't want to be in your row. She straight up told me they don't want to be next to you. So we are going to bump you up to first class. And I was like, oh, excuse me? She was like, yeah, we have an extra seat available in first class. The people in economy don't want to sit next to you. We're going to give you a first class ticket. She was super cool. Chinese lady, but she was super cool. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I get off. Man, I get in this first class seat. And the first class is in the front of the plane. This is one of those planes where when you get on the plane, everybody gets on the plane, you have to walk through first class back to economy. So I'm on first class. So there's a couple other people who's first class. They're already there. I get in first class. Man, this whole lazy boy chair, I'm kicked back. They didn't brought me some breakfast and some champagne. This lady came and like cleaned my hands for me with like this warm rag. Dude, it was love. And I'm sitting there just chilling. She took my bags. I think it was like Shenzhen Air. Loved it. Then I'm looking out the window. I see the bus pull up with all the people who didn't want to sit next to me. And I was like, oh, so they about to get on and have to walk all past me. Man, these people got on this. They got on. I'm watching them. I'm on there. I think I was like eating like an orange. Had like some fruit, like a little fruit cup in front of me. Had like some orange juice, some champagne. Had my little, had like a little TV. I'm sitting there chilling. These people getting on this plane, walking past me, just staring. I'm staring at everybody. I'm just staring at them, eating my oranges. Like, now keep going, keep on going back there. Yep, go, keep on going, dude. It was hilarious, dude. I loved it. And every single person that walked past, 'cause I don't know who was upset or who was in my seat. Every single person that walked past, I just smiled, just kept smiling. Like, this is a beautiful flight. Dude, every 10 minutes they was coming over. You need anything? We kick your feet up. There'll be blankets, all type of stuff, man. After that day, I told myself, any flight that I get on in China, if it's over like 3 hours, I bought first class tickets. I paid like the extra 200-300 kwai, whatever. Bought first class tickets, man. So that was just the time that xenophobia worked out in my benefit. And I loved it. Highly recommend it, man, if you can. Highly recommend it. I've been first class on a train before as well. And that was dope too. It's like a whole pod to yourself.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, so
it's bougie.
It is bougie. I wouldn't do first class here in England because my pockets ain't that deep anymore. But
prices are expensive.
Yeah, but I highly recommend it, man. But it was just one of those times that the xenophobia was very amazing. It was a good spa experience on the plane, dude. I loved it, man. It was a solid like 6-hour flight that I was like, I could do this again. And they gave me. No, that's the day that you remember I got stuck in Shenzhen, that flight.
Oh yes, you got stuck in Shenzhen because of COVID. Yeah, you got stuck there for a bit. And then you guys had to fly to another city, or no, train to another city, fly to another city, then train to Shenyang. I think it was like something.
I had to. So I was traveling around. I had like a month off, so I was just traveling around. And I flew down to Sanya, which is at the bottom, and I was like hitting cities, making my way back up to Shenyang. And I was in Sanya, then I went to Shenzhen. That was maybe like a 30-minute flight. And I'm in Shenzhen having a good old time. Shenzhen gets cases. And I get, in my hotel, I get locked down. And I'm like, dude, I can't be locked in here. So the hotel, my stay, obviously my flights got canceled, and my stay in my hotel, I had to go downstairs to the little lobby and was like, yo, like I'm trying to get home. I can't leave. They were cool about it. They gave me they were pretty much saying like, however many nights you need. They gave it to me for free. I forgot the hotel name, but shout out to them. Hope they're doing well. They gave it to me for free, and they were like, don't leave the hotel. Don't leave the hotel. Don't go anywhere, because if there's cases next to you, you're going to be red flagged. So I was like, all right. So I stayed in a hotel. I couldn't get a flight nowhere. Couldn't get a flight to any city. I'm looking on maps. I'm following train lines. Where can I get a train to? And eventually, I ideally had to somewhat sneak out of Shenzhen, and I got a train to a city called Changsha that I've never been to since. And then I had to get a flight. And I had to screenshot my QR code, because my QR code for my COVID WeChat, I think, was yellow. So I screenshot a green one. And I used that to get a flight from Changsha to another city. I forgot that city. And then there I had to hopped on a train to Shenyang. And I was like, boy, I was happy that I got out of there, because I thought I was screwed, man.
Just
me. Oh, I thought I was screwed. And then still went to Beijing the next week.
Living on the edge, sir. Living on the edge, as we call it. I think most of us lived on the edge. There were times where we're like, don't go anywhere. Okay, where are we going?
Right, yeah, where are we going?
Like everyone around us, don't go anywhere. Just stay where you are. Cool. Where are we booking next, guys? Let's go. We're going to try it. Because I think there was a stage where in the beginning we were all like, we can't go anywhere, we're going to be locked up. And then there was a stage where we're like, absolutely over this. Let's just go. If you stay in your room, you're going to get locked up. If you travel, you're going to get locked up.
Might as well.
Why don't travel? Yeah.
Which was cool because none of the Chinese people wanted to travel. So it was mainly for like a good 6 to 8 months. It was just foreigners traveling everywhere. 'Cause we weren't scared. Yeah. So, man.
Well, talking about travels, we've done a few. You've done a few trips to Shanghai, and I think from one of a funny story about Nick and I in Shanghai. Now, Nick and I, Nick doesn't drink. When Nick goes out, he's pretty mellow. And knowing Nick for the amount of time I have known Nick, we've been to the fantastic nightclubs in Shenyang. Amazing nightclubs, sticky floors and terrible music. I've never seen Nick dance. I've never seen him bust a move. Now, if you know me, I love busting a move. I can't dance to save my life, but you know what?
Fun, though.
Who cares? I'm going to do it. And so we go to Shanghai, and we meet up with a few friends, and then we go to this bar, we meet up, and then we go to a nightclub. Now, this nightclub is for everyone. So, like, obviously, Shanghai is like an international city, so you have many different peoples many different people from different walks of life.
All over the world.
And all over the world, everyone likes everyone. It was a nightclub that was for everybody. And Nick was the tallest guy there. And there's so many white people in Shanghai. So many white people. They don't see a lot of black guys. So Nick was an exotic creature walking around this nightclub. And the amount of shots and alcohol this man was getting was ridiculous. I would turn around and he'd have a new drink in his hand. But what was also quite funny was that, and most of you probably know by now, I'm an avid Arsenal fan. So I'm a huge Arsenal fan. So I keep checking the phone to see what the score was because Arsenal was playing United. And at one stage, Arsenal had won 3-2. They'd scored a winner at the end. And I turned to Nick and I was like, Arsenal won. And then we took a video going, and we're screaming and shouting. And next minute I'm looking, this man, Nick, is dancing, but grooving to the music. He is swaying. And I'm like, this man's never danced in his life. Never seen this man dance. Then next minute, he's like, I'm going outside. I need to smoke. So I was
Remind you, wasn't it, I think at one point I kept dropping my phone or losing my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how I kept finding that.
So I'm not sober. I'm not sober either. So, but Nick needs to have a cigarette. He goes downstairs, and I'm like, where is he? I'm like, it's probably been an hour because time goes like this when you're drunk. And I go downstairs, can't find this man, nowhere. So I'm like, I don't know where he is. So I'm like, okay, now I have to go home to see because now I find the DD and I don't really know where the address is to our hotel. And Nick and I are sharing a hotel room. But because of my amazing snoring ability, I moved the mattress out to the lounge because I was like, I can't make this man sleep like this. So obviously I snore quite badly. And so I've moved my mattress to the lounge area. So now I get to the room. I don't know what time it is. I have no idea. But I'm sobering up as this DD trip is going on because I'm like, where's Nick? Where's Nick? I'm trying to find him. Nothing.
Were you calling me?
A walk-in. I was calling you, messaging you, lost you. So I'm like, please be at the hotel room. Please be at the hotel room. You are a full-grown man. You can look after yourself. As I open the door, I push the door, but it's been kind of blocked. But it's not like a heavy blockade, so I push it. And it was a shoe behind the door. So I see there's a shoe, and then the other shoes scattered across to the other side of the kitchen. So the shoes are not even together. They were kicked off. I looked to my right. Socks were on the chair. Pants were on the floor. Underpants were next to the pants. Shirts, jacket, everything. All the clothing items are on the floor, just thrown everywhere. And the greatest thing still is all the lights are on. All of them. And I'm like, Nick. And I'm like looking in. And I'm like nervous to get into my. So I walk in. I don't know where he is. I'm just like, please don't make you just standing right in front of me or something like that. I walk in there. There's this giant man plunked sideways across like at an angle, like a nice 45-degree angle on the bed with his ass sticking out. And it's just he's literally like, and I was like, okay, cool, you know what? I put the blanket over him because I was like, that's not a nice sight for anyone. Switch off the lights because this man's sleeping with the lights. I don't know who sleeps with lights on. Really, like, just turn the lights off. I mean, that's not hard. There's one light in the hotel room sometimes. And so I turn to and I go to bed. And I wake up and I'm like, some coffee would do. So I'm okay. I'm not too bad. And I know there's a Starbucks across the road. So I walk across the Starbucks and I get some coffee for us. And I knock on the door. No answer. So I open up the door to the room, to the actual bedroom part of the hotel room. And he hasn't woken up. He hasn't moved. This man hasn't moved. He's still... And I'm like, Nick. And the curtains are closed. And he leaps up. He's like, what's wrong? Have you just got home? And I'm like, Nick, it's 11 in the morning, bud. Here's some coffee and here's something to eat. He's like, 11? It's morning? This man passed out. Straight up. I was just like, no. You don't. He's like, I don't know how I got home, man. I was like, I lost you. You went for a cigarette. He's like, yeah, I just left the cigarette somewhere and went with the cab home. And that's how I found him. With his ass sticking out.
I don't. Yeah, I remember the club because I remember we had met that one guy there that with locks, but he was pulling an all nighter because he had to fly home that morning. And
yeah. He came from. I think it was
Sanya.
Sanya.
And first, because I don't drink heavy. If I drink, but I don't drink to get drunk. I'm more of a social drinker.
You'll have
I have
a
whiskey or two, but like I don't get wasted. That's just not my thing. And one thing that pissed me off about this was, and I think I was talking to you in the morning. I was like, how did I get so drunk? Like, and side note, I tell people all the time when I'm out with people, like if I go to like a festival or we're at like a night in the city, we're all getting turned up. I tell people all the time, look, if you lose me or if I'm gone, I promise you I'm okay. Normally my subconscious will kick in and I'll just go home. Usually I just go home. If you can't find me, I probably just went home. And but I remember I think I told Daniel, I was like, bro, I got so drunk because I was like, these people who had never seen me before kept buying me shots, which is not a good thing to do. Just keep accepting shots from randoms. I don't advise that at all. Thankfully, nothing happened. I wasn't like roofied or robbed or anything. But I don't recommend accepting shots. But I was taking all these shots from all these random people. They were just cool people, men, women, everybody. And I remember asking Danny, I was like, bro, how did I get so drunk and you wasn't so drunk? This man tells me, oh, I was drinking water. Excuse me?
Yeah. Every time I had a drink, I would follow it up with a glass of water.
This man is watching me suffer. Like you said, I don't dance, so he knows I'm turned up. And this man is watching me struggle. I know you told me my phone. He was like, I will drop my phone on the floor. He's like, somehow you just kept finding it, but you kept dropping your phone on the dance floor. And I was just like, excuse me. He's like, yeah, I was drinking water. It's like, bro.
Yeah, I was.
You gotta. Like, I'm out here dying. But yeah, that was Shanghai was a movie, man. That was we had a ball in Shanghai, man. We had a ball. I'm glad we got out when we did because we'd have got in some trouble if we stayed there for too long.
Yeah, we don't live there for a reason.
I think that time in Shanghai basically told me just how I am. I don't,
Yeah.
outside of the fact that Shanghai is expensive, we talk a lot about how China is cheap. Shanghai does not fit in that bubble. Shanghai is expensive.
No,
Shanghai is
bubble.
Western expensive. Shanghai is South African. Shanghai is expensive. All right. Every other city, you might be okay. Shenzhen's kind of expensive. You might be okay. But that city told me
Beijing's a little bit expensive.
But that told me I don't need to live here. This is a once maybe twice a year visit. I can't live in this city. I'd get in too much trouble.
After a week of Shanghai, you check You're like,
in Shenyang, you just throw money around.
Yeah. How much does this cost? How much does this cost? Oh, like quickly costing. You know, if you go to like a football match, a rugby match, a basketball game, NFL game, and you buy sports apparel in the Western world, it is expensive.
You buy like at the stadium?
At the stadium. Like if you buy a fridge magnet,
your pockets are deep if you buy it at the stadium.
It is. Bruh, I went and I bought stuff at this stadium in total. I bought a teddy bear, I bought a pin, I bought a keychain, I bought this. Bruh, 130 kwai. My man.
For those listening,
I didn't even
130 kwai, at least in US dollars, is probably like, I don't know, maybe $40, maybe.
Wait, no, $40. I don't think so. Is 130 kwai?
100.
Let's check.
I still got my exchange app.
100.
Oh, it's 18 US dollars. It's less than $20.
Yeah, for 6 years, 16 years.
Nah.
Yeah, I bought like a little teddy bear. I bought nice fancy pins. Man, I love this place when it comes to stuff like this. Like this is the Los Angeles Angels.
Los Angeles Angels. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, we spoke about it the other night. Sports apparel here. Breezy, man.
I got because I've gotten big into hockey jerseys and what's it called, baseball jerseys, and I was looking at them here. Can't do it. So Daniel, for those who's listening, Daniel, my man, is coming to see. He's coming to kick it with us for about a week or so in December. I'm sending him some money to bring me some stuff from China because I'm like, bro, I can't afford that here, man. It's one of those, I can't afford it. I don't want to afford it.
No, when you've got China, that's the one thing that I've got to somehow keep relevant in my life, because the sports apparel, like, look, the only problem, if you ever come to China and you are a smaller person,
you love it,
and you've got you got sports apparel on your side, like the basketball jersey behind me is actually a Chinese team. It's their apparel, it's their Chinese brand. Now this is a 4XL. This is a 3XL baseball American size shirt. Mind you, it's a Chinese guy that sells it, and shout out to him. I don't know his name, but he's giving me over like, how many football jerseys do I have? American football jerseys. I think I've got like 30 almost. And like they're all, for me, they're legit. Their stitching is really, really cool. But like their actual apparel is really, really tight. So like a 4XL, man, it hugged my love handles for sure. I was showing everything. Like this thing is this is a 4XL, the biggest size they got. It was hugging me like it was an Under
So we need to
vest.
explain to people that in China, at least, your size at home is not your size in China. Okay? I wear, like me personally, in t-shirts, I use like an extra large, and like hoodies and jackets and stuff, I wear like a 2X. Like an American, UK, a normal Western 2X. A 2X in China is like maybe a small. Like Lucy wears like smalls and mediums here. In China, she was wearing 3Xs. So me and Daniel's size, we're about 4X, 5X.
7.
I remember my work shirt was a 5X.
My work shirt now is a 5XL. So like hoodies. So like, mind you, some of them have US sizes and European sizes, and they do match. So like, but like if you compare it, if I buy, the only thing I won't buy in China is Arsenal stuff anymore, because Like, for instance, they do have their separate Asian sizes, like Japanese, Asian, Taiwan, Thailand, all that China sizes, and then the European sizes. So they do actually separate them. It's not like they're fake; they just separate those sizes. So like a 4XL is like, whoo, and if I go to England and I buy a 3XL, those type of things. So, but this guy here, he sells like the American sizes, the American apparel. So, I mean, yeah. So like, if you're small in stature, and you come into China, don't feel ashamed. Embrace it. You can afford shoes for days at great prices. Taobao will become your best friend. You can buy, the wardrobe of your dreams in China if you are, I don't know, 5'8" and 80 kgs. You'd probably be a model in China.
Easily. They if you're small, you're set. You are set. I can guarantee you that. One more little story though that I just want to talk about to the people. And Daniel still has. So we have Chinese spas and bathhouses, spas. When you go to one I used to go to a lot was called Gold Foil in Shenyang, and before China, I think I've maybe been in one spa, but the Chinese spa is a different ball game. And the one that I've been into, you walk in and there's like the little sitting area and like the little lobby booth thing, whatever, the front desk. And then, women go to the left, men go to the right. And there's like women's and men's sections. And then like in the back up top, there's like a common area where there's like hot tubs and stuff and hot baths. You can, some are outside in the cold, some are inside, blah, 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 blah. And the time that I went, I would always go with Lucy and some of our friends, which were mostly women. So when we had to go split, I was always on my own. And I remember one time Lucy said, "Why don't you invite somebody to come with you?" Just as a man, it just didn't feel right to be like, "Hey, you want to go to the spa with me? We can get."
Hey, come with
it
me
just
to
didn't.
the spa.
It didn't sit right, so I never asked. But speaking from experience from the men's, now when you go to the certain sections of the men's section and women's section in these spas, everybody's naked, butt naked, and they don't really by choice. But everybody's it's China. It's just, I feel like it's like the dress code. If you over there, you butt naked, and it was an experience to say the least. Even Lucy told me, it's like even on the women's side, all women butt naked.
We've heard many women
stories
of how certain people look.
Yeah,
we've heard them all. We've heard all types of adjectives.
Yeah, but so when I walk over there, I'm the only foreigner. The time that I've been, I'm the only foreigner, and obviously I'm the only black guy. And you get a lot of stares at your jump. And because I walk in there naked too, I'm like, shit, everybody else naked. I'm in here naked. I'm in here swinging dang-a-lang. So,
and there's Daniel. I'm in the shorts.
But have you ever had the scrub, the body scrub?
No, I haven't had the body scrub, and that's something I need to do because I'll get there. I'm still here.
Listen, they do this body scrub, and you can pick like what you wanted to be doused in. I think I was like a red wine scrub, and you go into this room, at least on the men's side. And it's older men who do the scrubs, and they're not naked. Their shirts would be out, but they have on like shorts. They're not naked, and you go in there, you pick your little choice. They have like milk scrubs and all that stuff. I always did this red wine scrub, and they lay you on this bed, you butt naked, and they took this big bucket of red wine and drenched me in this red wine, right? Don't know how good this red wine is. You don't drink it, but they drenched me in this red wine, and then this man has on these gloves, and he starts scrubbing you, your whole body, head to toe. It's like an exfoliator. And he's scrubbing. And it's so much, like, if you realize how much dead skin is sitting on your body, because at one point you have to flip over. And when you flip over, you have to get up and they drench the bed off. You can see all your dead skin, big chunks of it. It's disgusting. And I will say, It's very invasive. When I say head to toe, they don't miss anything. So I would say for the not trying to be sexually explicit, but they don't scrub your penis, but they lift your balls up. For men, they scrub your gooch. Uh, my girl told me they get under your breast. They pretty much get everything but your holes. I'll say that, and it's very invasive. However, when they finish, sometimes it hurts in the beginning. When they finish, this is why I recommend it. Your skin feels like a newborn baby skin. Your skin, for about a good week or 2 weeks, you will have some of the softest, smoothest skin that you ever had. I would say the first time I went, I was like, this is weird. Like the dude pushed my legs open, lifted my ball sack up, scrubbed my gooch. I'm like, yo, this is a lot. That first time was weird. I think I've been back about 3 more times before I left China.
and the second and third time,
you get that. Yeah, hey, you missed them cheeks, man. You missed them cheeks.
Hey, you missed them cheeks. Don't forget that spot. Get there. Yeah, I want to feel bougie again.
So yeah, man. If you ever get a chance, those spas, and I've had like some massages and stuff.
I think I need to do this
because the one we went to. If you leave the men's section, they have like the common area, or not common. I say common area, but like where everyone's together, men and women. But they give you like these clothes to wear, so no one's naked up there. And they give you these clothes, and they have like movie rooms that you can sit in, like these lazy boy chairs. It's all dark. People be in their sleep watching movies. They have like personal movie rooms, buffets. I don't know if you ever been to.
Yeah, I've been to those sections. I've been to Goldfoil with a few people, with a few of the foreigners. And they also have that ice room where you can go sit in there. They got the saunas and everything. Yeah, it's really it's different. It's something that when you come to China, you got to try it. And it's very famous in the northern areas of China, in the Liaoning province. It's almost like traditional and like very like popular in the north.
I remember one time Nina, our homegirl Nina, she said that she went home one day after work and the elevator had went out. And in China, most of the buildings are very tall. There's so many people, so people live on top of each other. Yes. So it will sound weird, but like I live on the 24th floor. Daniel, you're on what, 28? 34. We got friends. I think I had a friend who lived on like the 50th floor at some building. You get used. It sounds weird saying it. You just get used to it. It is what it is. But if your elevator goes out, them steps is a beast. And exactly. Nope. And I remember Nina said, I think she's lived on like the 27th floor, and her elevator went out. And this is like at night, and she's like, "Nah, I'm not walking up 27 flights." So she went to Goldfoil, and it probably cost her 50 kwai. Because once you pay to get in, you stay as long as you want. And she went to Goldfoil and had a massage, had a body scrub, got in a hot tub, found a lazy boy, wanted a private room. She spent the night there. Woke up in the morning, got her stuff, went home.
I will do the same. I will definitely do the same. Olivia's my next door neighbor. I'm in building 15. She's in building 14. It's an unwritten rule. She's on the 10th floor, so I can manage those steps. So if my elevators go out on the 34th floor, she has a spare room, I'm there. I will be knocking on her door. I'll be like, Olivia, thank you. What's wrong? No, elevator. Yep. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's...
And luckily, in my old apartment, it was 3 different elevators. So sometimes they'd go out, but it was always one working. It just might be a bit slow. But I was never hitting them steps. Never hitting them steps. You couldn't pay me to hit them. Well, you could pay me, but those steps was rough. So yeah, man.
All right. So that's we're gonna come to the end of another big.
We got do you got a dad joke, man? We haven't been up. We haven't been.
I've got. We have We haven't did it. I don't think we did it last episode, so we're gonna do it this episode. Last episode, I think we did TV show reviews. So we're gonna be doing dad jokes this time. So do you want to hit us off? I've got 2. I've possibly got 3.
Okay. You wanna hit me with him? You go. Hit me with him.
All right. So we go 1, 1, 1, 1. How many do you have?
I only got 1.
We'll hit. You hit 1, and I'll hit 1, and then I'll hit 2 after that. So the first one. All right. So what do you call a guy pouring water into a glass?
Steve.
Phil. Still got you. Still got you, this. Still got you. Let's hear yours. Let's hear yours there, sir. Let's hear yours there.
Oh man. I don't have a good one, but I have one. So my girl, she's one of the clumsiest people I know. So glad she fell for me though.
You know these days, eh?
Here's the thing though. I have better dad jokes, but they're not. Your kids listen to this podcast.
No, well, we can explicitly just be like, yo, guys, don't listen to this part. Just switch off. You know, so like the upcoming dad joke, guys, just skip over the next 2 minutes about this dad joke because it's not terrible. It's not like it's disgusting. No, I mean if it's a quirky joke, yeah. So my next dad joke is: did you hear about the guy who dipped his testicles in glitter? Pretty nuts, hey? Okay. Now my final dad joke. It's for all the teachers out there. It's for all the teachers, and especially English teachers. So, how do you console?
How do you console an English teacher? How?
Yeah. There. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end. That will cue the end of episode 9. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. We've been on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Yeah, we've been on. Oh, sorry. I'm just saying. Umbrella of things we're on. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube, and thanks to good old Nick, we're on Apple Podcasts. So you bougie Apple people that can't afford to download Spotify. I mean, even I downloaded Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts, and we're soon going to hopefully explore the idea of
I think it's called Patreon. Yeah,
Patreon. We're soon going to try and establish a little bit of a footprint on Patreon. So if you want to subscribe there, we'll share the details once we're out there. But are we gonna make an agreement here? Episode 10, the next episode could possibly have our first guest.
Yeah.
Don't
know who.
We don't know who. We've got an idea. It's about 95% confirmed. But we will have a guest.
Yes.
On our show.
Yes, we will. Stay tuned for that. In the bios of these, in our Spotify, we'll have the links for our Apple as well. If you listen on Spotify, you want to click over to Apple, by all means, we appreciate it. But yeah, man,
and then Instagram at Big Belly Pats. You'll find our links there as well. We'll be posting quite a bit there, and we have Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
Yes. We getting there. We getting there. To be fair, but it's episode 9. I think we've actually done pretty well, making steps. I think we started. People have some of my friends who have told us that they've listened. They said like the first episode or 2, they can kind of tell we're kind of trying to figure it out, trying to see how this is going to go. But they were like, by episode like 3 and 4, I think we really started to get in the groove, man. So yeah, we're doing this.
Shout out to everyone that's supporting us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We just enjoy it.
So we out. Big Belly Pats. Follow us. We'll hear about you. We'll see you next week. All right.
Yes, we
love everyone. Peace.
Cheers. Bye-bye.